And if you recall, on the 22nd of March last year, we had crossed this milestone of 1 lakh crore in 1 year, where we had met the press, we had informed them of the journey that GEM has undertaken. And there we had said that media had asked us, what is your target for the next year? So we had said very proudly that we are aspiring for 1.5 lakh crore in the next financial year. And I'm happy to say that on the 1st of February, we crossed this milestone of 1.5 lakh crore with 2 months still remaining. And now we are aspiring for even a higher figure. The higher next milestone is about 2 lakh crore. We are trying our best to reach there. Whether we reach or not, we'll get to know in the days to come. I just thought I'll briefly tell you about what GEM has done and where we stand so far. Please move the slides. If you see, as on 1st of February, our order value, which are firm orders placed, not those in the pipeline, stood at 1,53,000 crore plus that. And across buyer segments, if you see central ministries, the growth has been phenomenal, almost double to what was there in the corresponding period last year. In CPSEs, it has been more than double, rather about 2.5 times. States, the growth has been modest, but then a lot of things have been rolled down for improving the procurement by states. Cumulatively, we have crossed, I think about 2 months back, the 3 lakh crore cumulative mark, and the things are going in the right direction. If you see the product growth, we have crossed, we have reached about 98,602 crores. But what is very commendable is that in services, in services, the growth is really exponential. What was started about 3-4 years back, if you see from 3,000 to 8,000 to last year 24,000, and today we are already at close to 55,000. We had set a target of reaching almost 75,000 crore. We are pretty confident that we'll be very close to that mark. We always keep very stretched targets for us. It is not what is business as usual, what comes out as a normal growth rate. We try and push our teams so that those stretched targets are achieved. And the product to service share has been very healthy. It was around 22.78 last year. Today it is 64.30, 64 to 34, I think 36 should be the right thing. Buyer organizations continue to grow. We have close to 60,000 government buyers. Central government, I can say that every department is onboarded. CPSEs are onboarded. In states, the reach is about 85%. Those who are left out are basically those departments which either don't have any procurement potential or are gradually coming on board. We are in touch with them. Seller growth has been phenomenal. We are close to 46 lakh sellers. We were 46 lakh sellers. Today we are almost 55 odd lakh sellers. But here about 11-12 lakh are active sellers. The remaining are what is brought in through the OPM portal, where again we are engaging very proactively with them. Today only we had a launch with the CSC in India, the formal launch, and in a couple of days we will be having a very major campaign over FM radio, that anybody who wants any smallest of smallest seller or service provider across the country, whether it is in village or in a block or in a taluk, they can approach the common service center or in India post office, where digitally literate staff are available who have been trained, and they will help people get onboarded. So the numbers are likely to increase. It is, of course, the opportunities that we provide which will attract the sellers. We have close to 11,000 plus product categories and about 278 service categories. Here again, I will say that in the number of service categories, we have kind of saturated every requirement by a government department. Today we have services ranging from fintech to drone, high-tech services also available apart from the normal manpower, vehicle and other requirements. Almost 30 lakh products are there. Just to give you a glimpse of services, the major orders placed, how we crossed the 1.5 lakh crore mark was we were working very closely with NTPC for the last 4 months, and in a record time of 4 months, this bid was fructified on GEM. A single bid of almost 20,000 crore plus. This is for mine development operations for 25 years. The beauty here is that the estimate of this project was almost 23,800 crore, and the L1 which was discovered prior to reverse auction was 22,800 crore. And after the reverse auction was conducted, there was a fall of almost 2,400 crore. It's a substantial amount, close to 10% reduction, and it happened in a very fair manner, and the contract was awarded on the 1st of February. That's how we managed to cross the 1.5 lakh crore mark. NTPC and coal companies are also coming on board for ash and coal transportation, which they had not been doing earlier on GEM, and bids more than 1,800 crore have been published by NTPC. Insurance service, I am very happy to say that a lot of state governments are using it, a lot of central governments, CPC are using it. If you see in one of the biggest orders that was placed was by the government of Gujarat, the National Rural Health Mission, for 1120 crores. Even asset insurance services worth 520 crores have been procured by NHPC, PGCI, NPCI, etc. We started a service of chartering aircraft. So this was an add-on after we started the service for air ambulance. And lo and behold, we got the first order from the Indian Army for hiring 830 aircraft. All the major airlines participated. These are for transportation of army personnel from one place to the other across the year, valued at almost 143 crore. Canara Bank has published 1,000 crore bid for hiring of system integrated for core banking solution. I am also happy to say there is a bidding pipeline by the State Bank of India for servicing almost 20,000 plus ATMs across the country. That has been tried on GEM. Once SBI does, the sky is the limit. Every other bank will also come onto our portal. These are the things that we have taken in the last 1 year, where we have actually understood the requirement of buyers and are trying to meet them. On the performance part, I will say that this is the timely delivery, where the delivery is specified in the system. Almost 90% of our deliveries are taking place on time. It's not that the other 10% are not being delivered, they are also being delivered maybe beyond the stipulated time. There has been a remarkable improvement in this. Our tie-up with India Post is also helping in this matter. If you see the last 3 lines, the average order value per day is almost 500 crore. Almost 12,000 transactions are happening every day on the portal, of which almost 2,300 are reverse auction and bids. So this is a phenomenal number, and our system has been upgraded to handle all these numbers. And the days of slow performance, the portal hanging up, people raising complaints have substantially reduced. On the outreach initiatives, I just mentioned that we signed an MOU with the Common Service Center in India Post in the month of May last year. And today it is fructified. Today we have, after finalizing all the trainings, we launched it formally in association with CSC, by which we will be making a public announcement that anybody who wants to get registered on GEM can approach any Common Service Center or any India Post office and get the services free of cost up to registration level. FM radio campaign, as I said, will be launching in a couple of days' time to apprise the sellers that yes, this facility exists. In the central buyers, some of the key highlights are that there has been a consistent growth. More than 60 bids for 100 crore and above have been awarded in the current financial year. That's a substantial increase. Line pipe bids worth more than 4,500 crores have been awarded. This is a major boost to the initiative of Atmanirbhar Bharat. Even we have made a foray into vaccine bids. Ministry of Health has come on board. So all the vaccines, most of the vaccines required for the universal immunization program are now being done through GEM. It's again a very encouraging result. A lot of people are participating, bids are being done in time. There was this issue regarding procurement of smart meters, almost 15,000 crore, based on the Prime Minister's initiative of revamping the entire sector. There was a lot of opposition from the concerned people that this can't happen on GEM. Our team got in touch with the Power Ministry. We said that you have to do it on GEM. Whatever effort is required, we will do it. And I'm happy to say that we are able to succeed. And Power is in the process of awarding almost 7,500 crore worth of bids in the days to come. Mine development operations, as we said, we have made a beginning. Now, as a next step, the core companies also will be doing test bids on the portal. And hopefully, all their bids will gradually come onto our portal. Just for the information of media, the top 5 central ministries, including their respective CPSCs and land bodies, Ministry of Power, by virtue of that single bid, has acquired number 1 status at 25,544. Ministry of Defence is very closely following them at 22 plus 1,000 crores. PNG is at 21,600 plus. Ministry of Steel is 10,500. Health is 6,000. What is commendable here is that these may change. I mean, there's so much of competition at the end of the year. For all you know, Defence Ministry may stand number 1. But Defence, I would say that our experience has it that the more a ministry engages with us, the more benefits flow to both sides. They have been very proactively engaged with all their buyer departments, and lot of learnings at GEM have come from what has been suggested by the Defence Ministry, by the defence buyers. Some of the functionalities, major ones, have been rolled out. And because of this proactive engagement, we are also more than eager to do any kind of development for the defence sector as part of our service to the nation. In terms of top 5 CPSEs, of course, again, because of that single bid, NTPC stands at number 1. Steel Authority has done a commendable job. Till 2 years back, they were in hundreds, a few hundred of crores only. They have reached almost, crossed 8,000 crores. Indian Oil Corporation is also on the way to the 10,000 magical mark. They are at 7,400 crores. BHEL is done commendable. ONGC is about 5,000. These are PSUs which used to do in hundreds of crores about 2 years back. They are very rapidly embracing it. As I said, this is a systemic change. I mean, we are disrupting the entire procurement mechanism. It does take time for buyers to adjust to a new system. But once you are attuned to it, you will stick on to the program. States, some of the key highlights are there has been a growth of 72% in order volume. The numbers are going up. Value-wise, of course, the growth is slightly less than this. As I mentioned, the single largest bid came from Gujarat for 1120 crores. 1109 crore was placed on startups by different state governments. This is again an initiative which is available on GEM. You see, the beauty of the system is people compare us to how do you compare to Amazon and Flipkart or other e-marketplaces. We are not just an e-marketplace. We have so many rules built into our system. We have the entire GFR which is implemented. And I'm happy to share that the confidence that we are able to inspire with the government departments. Only 2 days back, yesterday we got 2 OM from the Department of Expenditure based on the budget announcement that an initiative of the Finance Ministry, the development effort is now taking place on GEM regarding the reimbursement of during the COVID period, reimbursement of the cost of money, EMD, liquidity damages for MSME sector. That development, they have trusted GEM to develop that for them. Similarly, another one for that Vivad to Vishwas Part 2 is also being done on GEM. Defence Ministry is also coming up with some kind of an e-portal for the CSD. They are again asking us to develop it for them. What I'm trying to say is that with more acceptability, with people trying and testing GEM more and more, the confidence level is improving. And in days to come, we will be able to service all the requirements of the departments. In the states, if you come to the top procurers, there was a fight going on between Uttar Pradesh and Gujarat for 1 and 2 position, but now UP has gone ahead. They are at 8,500 plus crores, followed by Gujarat, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Jammu Kashmir, Delhi, Bihar, Orissa, Chandigarh and West Bengal. Here I would say that COVID had its toll on our engagement with the state government, but now that we are beyond the pandemic, our engagement levels are increasing. So far we had a service provider who had posted 1 person in every state. Now we have put in our people also in the state governments who are very actively meeting them, understanding the requirement. There is a huge training need also that is being met. We have engaged a consultant and assigned him 6 major states wherein they are required to study their procurement, how they are doing it, why they are going out of GEM. And very interesting findings have come out in the data that we crawl from the state governments. Is that whereas it almost is 5-6 times better in our case, because if you look at something like bid cancellation, after floating the tender, the state governments are cancelling close to 20-30% of their bids. In our case, it is just 3%. And that's a very, very encouraging figure because every cancelled bid has a cost. If you also look at the overall time that is taken on GEM vis-a-vis the e-procurement portal of states, there also is a tremendous performance improvement if you transact on GEM. So what we are trying to do with the state governments is, apart from this performance metrics, we are telling them, look, you procured items A to Z from your own procurement portal at this rate, and some other state government has procured the same item through GEM, and look at the cost differential. The cost differential is coming out to anywhere between 10 to 30%. These are very, very tangible things which are available as, I would not say proof, but are readily available in public domain. And then we are in a better position to convince the state governments to come onto the portal. What I am trying to say is that our engagement is very, thorough these days, and we'll go on improving it. Just to give you these things can be quoted also. We receive up to 35,000 queries per second. So our system is advanced; it can handle this number of queries per second, and almost 50,000 documents are daily that are digitally or electronically signed. We support almost over 1,000 plus user authentication requests, over 250 OTP validations per minute. Every year, more than 15 lakh calls arrive at a contact center, resulting in almost 12.5 CRM tickets. I would also say that there's been a tremendous improvement in our performance in the help desk. When about 2 years back, we had so many complaints that people are not responding, calls are being terminated, and issues not being resolved. Several initiatives were taken. The CRM was revamped. Now the number of complaints have come down significantly. I don't say it's a perfect system, but we are on the path of improvement in this case.